Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to explain something that has been asked over and over again. Are breatharians, or the way that breatharians consume energy through energy and not through food, are the future of humanity? And the answer is strictly no. No. This is not the future of humanity. This is a very small group of, I would say, spiritual entities that are questioning and testing their limitation of their human experience. Okay? Human beings are supposed to eat. We have a digestive system, we have teeth, and some individuals go up to breatharian level 4 even, and they don't consume not food and not drink. It doesn't mean that they have to. It means that they're checking. Sort of like Neo in the Matrix. He enters the Matrix and he checks his limitation and understanding, okay, I can jump further than what I believed that I could jump. I'm not actually breathing air right now, am I? So in this dream of illusion, there are certain things that we can do that are very, very different. And they begin with our belief about our body. Now, you've probably heard, listened, saw documentaries about things like spontaneous healing that happen when the person really believes or something magnificent happened to them. And in a point, like a 180-degree turn, something healed inside them, and this is biologically impossible. Now, of course, there's other things that people do. For example, 100 years ago, people could hold their breath for 5-6 minutes. And now there's a world champion that has done it for 25 minutes, which again is biologically impossible because the brain is supposed to be brain dead without oxygen for a few minutes. So we are actually checking our limitations and the rules of the game. I call it the Maya, the illusion. And the further we go and the further we check how consciousness connects to reality, if we would like to call it a reality, then we can actually check the boundaries. It happens a lot more in the East, where spirituality is more evolved and there's a lot more work on the personal development. And these type of people, they go to the caves for a few years and they meditate. And when you don't have these boundaries that are set by society, that you have to do every day, and you have stress, and you have work, and you have children, and you have obligations and stuff like that. When you don't have these, and the mind can really let go of the traumas that most people experience and be really free and bored even. I would say bored is great, because when you're bored, it means that the mind stopped thinking. And it's much more in the being. And in the being, you can see these limitations. Breatharians are not the future of humanity, but exploration of the consciousness is in the future of humanity, and breatharians might be a very, very small part of that. And the reason for this is that people right now in the world are very dependent and attached to food. Everything is around that. Every social meeting, every gathering, every family event, every holiday, every post along the way, people are eating, and they eat a lot of bad stuff. And there's a reason that we want people to eat a lot of bad stuff, because it's good for the economy. A lot of people eat shit, they don't think very well, they're not really healthy, they need medicine and they need operations, and they look like they're 60 when they're 50. So society needs that right now. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but this is the way that they plan it. I would say that breatharians go against the 3 biggest industries in the world. So I see from myself that I would eat maybe like 1/10 of a normal person if I do. If everybody would be like that, and everybody would stop consuming as much, first thing is the food industry. Second thing is the medicine, the drug industry. And the third thing is the war industry. Because what happens when people become breatharians? They become a quarter way to become more enlightened or lightened, There's less things that are holding you down. Your body is actually more energized. You sleep less. You think less. You're much more present than you were before. You have much more free time, which is something that society doesn't want us to have, because when we have a lot of free time, we start thinking and we start being much more. We start doing more yoga and more stretching and more walking in nature and more harmony and less work. And we enjoy life much more. And that creates happy people. And happy people can't really support the war and the weapons industry. It's very simple. You see this in happy countries. Happy countries, people don't want to go out to war. Look at this. I'm building my house now in Costa Rica. And one of the first things that bought me about Costa Rica is that it's the only country in the world that has a democracy, no military. And I asked myself, what? That means that every country in the world has a military? Yes. Why don't they have one in Costa Rica? Very simple. They don't have any enemies. Not within and not from the outside. Their motto is pura vida. Life is pure. We want to enjoy life, and instead of saying hello in the morning, they say pura vida, my friend. That means have a pure day and a pure existence. They're very connected to nature. They live an extra healthy and longer life and a very simple life. And everything there, like 25% of all the country, is green national parks. So imagine what would happen to people that started living in places like this, that started consuming less, having less. So yes, not every road is paved, and yes, there's no, Walmart, and there's no cinemas everywhere, and yet people are happier than places that there are Walmarts and cinemas everywhere, you know? So back to our main subject. Breatharianism is about exploration and freedom, and it calls out to a very few and distinct individuals. I am one, I think, of the most known teachers in the world right now for Breatharians. There's only like 4 or 5, and I only teach like 40, 50 people every year. So it's very, very, very small, and it's for those locos like me that wish to check the boundaries, like Neo, checking the boundaries of the Matrix. So it's not for everyone, really it's not, and it's definitely not the future of humanity. And please don't try stuff like that at home without understanding what you're actually doing. There's a lot of understanding and a proper initiation and knowledge that needs to be transferred and understood in order to practice breatharianism in a healthy manner. Namaste, my friends. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to join one of my life-changing workshops as a Breatharian initiator, check out my schedule at raymaor.com. I do one in Europe and one in the United States every year.